Greetings, I'm Sophis. Today we're talking about a simple mod that shifts how sieges work. Sieges have been a contested subject since the days of Warhammer 2, and received a rework in Warhammer 3. The feeling is that it hasn't quite hit the mark. I'll be brief on the subject, then speak of the mod. Personally, I enjoy some of the changes made, with the addition of barricades, traps, and towers. The fact that now they are one-off uses, and once they're broken they're gone, makes it more fair for the attacker. That was one of the positive changes we've gotten since release. However, a problem that this series has had for longer than Warhammer 3 are the ladders. Every unit that is capable of fighting on a wall magically has a ladder with them, and so walls are like this tiny obstacle that is easily overcome. Today I bring you the mod As Ladders Be Gone, Long Live Buildable Ladders. I would have included this mod on the lightweight mods video I did last week, but I noticed it too late. Effectively, this removes the ability of units to innately have ladders and instead make it a siege construction, like rams and towers. This means one unit will carry it and set it up, then you're done. No infinite uses. And so, since I am focusing solely on this mod today, I've gone about testing it out more extensively, seeing how sieges feel without all those ladders. For a melee rush faction like the Vampire Counts, this meant I couldn't simply overwhelm the defender's walls. I had to storm the gates and pour in through them. This means a lot of units funneling through a narrow pathway and having to deal with the defenders holding you back. This put more importance into the support of flying units and magic users, so as to deal with these choke points. I believe this was a fair change, and if I wanted less bottlenecks, then I should have built siege towers or gotten ladders to have different points of ingress. For factions with more gunpowder, artillery, and range capabilities, I feel sieges haven't changed too much. You still disable enemy towers from afar, bombard them, and you open up wall breaches if you want them with cannons and such. What did get more value were units with wall breaching capabilities, such as warp grinders. If you are building a more melee-focused army, now these units become your way to make more breaches into the enemy city. This also means that monsters that can break gates easier and flying units become more valuable, as not everyone in your army has easy access anymore. It makes ranged foes on walls more dangerous, as you can't shut them down easily, unless you've got the magic or ranged or the artillery to do so. It also made me explore the other siege constructions more. Ladders are certainly a cheap option, but the siege towers are better for your melee units to quickly deploy. So this change may seem small, but it does bring value to an otherwise underused mechanic by taking away something that was simply granted and making it go through the same requirements as its alternatives. In fact, you probably can still have a whole attacking army full of ladders, but it will cost you to do so. The biggest difference, however, is if you are the defender. The AI no longer has access to ladders, which means they have to attack your gates or use any of the other methods I've mentioned to get into your city and disable your defenses. With a simple garrison, I was able to drive off Nakari's forces. Even as the gate bugged out and Nakari got in, the rest of the army couldn't just climb, and so the archers on the walls could keep firing at the enemy. The one unit of Furies they had almost wiped out a unit of archers, which shows how important it was as a tool for the attacker. But it did make the battle easier and defenses more logical than what we usually have to deal with. Infantry was at the gates waiting for the breach, archers were manning the walls, and the towers were being used properly. The only limitation, and I can't fault the mod for this, is the AI. There was some strange behavior on their part. The fact they had to storm the gates made them behave somewhat erratically, and even at one point had units just taking the fire from the archers on the walls. So while I feel the defensive siege played out more realistically, the AI was definitely confused and nerfed, which gave me an unfair advantage over them. as they are likely programmed to act with the assumption that they can deploy those ladders. Still, I do recommend this mod if you want to play out more realistic sieges. Does it single-handedly fix sieges? No. But I think it's a step in the right direction, and I hope CA considers making the changes of this mod official, then trying to adjust the AI accordingly so it can react to this reality. Maybe even make the AI consider building some ladders or towers before launching an attack. So, while sieges are still far from being perfect, I feel this mod is a great attempt at fixing one of the things wrong with the system. That's all I have for you today. I hope you're having a good day, and see you in the next one.